filmmakers had no supercomputers, no motion capture suits, and no billion-dollar visual effects departments. Yet somehow, they created worlds that still feel more real, more imaginative, and more awe-inspiring than many modern blockbusters. The 1960s became a golden age for science fiction, a decade where creativity had to replace technology, and innovation was born from limitation. These filmmakers built impossible futures using practical effects, groundbreaking cinematography, and sheer artistic vision. Decades later, many of these masterpieces remain shockingly convincing, while countless CGI-heavy movies have already begun to look dated. What makes these forgotten classics so special isn't just their visuals, it's the ambition behind every frame. They dared to dream bigger than their budgets and pushed cinema into uncharted territory. Today, we're exploring 10 forgotten sci-fi masterpieces from the 1960s that continue to embarrass modern CGI with their imagination, craftsmanship, and timeless sense of wonder. Prepare to discover films that were truly decades ahead of their time.
The Time Machine, 1960. Based on H.G. Wells' legendary novel, The Time Machine transported audiences across hundreds of thousands of years, using practical effects that remain charmingly effective even today. The film follows inventor George Wells as he journeys into the distant future, witnessing the rise and fall of civilizations. One of the movie's most memorable achievements is its depiction of time passing around the stationary machine. Through clever photography, miniature work, and innovative visual techniques, audiences watched entire worlds change before their eyes. The future landscapes, underground Morlock lairs, and imaginative production design helped create a believable vision of humanity's destiny. Unlike many modern films that rely heavily on digital spectacle, The Time Machine succeeds because every frame feels handcrafted and carefully considered. The movie combines adventure, social commentary, and genuine wonder in a way that continues to resonate with viewers. More than 60 years later, its creativity remains far more impressive than many expensive CGI-driven productions.
Fantastic Voyage, 1966. Fantastic Voyage introduced one of the most imaginative concepts ever brought to the screen. The story follows a team of scientists who are miniaturized and injected into a human body to perform a life-saving medical procedure from within. What could have been a ridiculous premise became a visual marvel thanks to extraordinary set design and practical effects. The filmmakers constructed enormous biological environments, representing blood vessels, organs, and internal structures with stunning creativity. Every location feels alien, yet strangely believable, creating a unique adventure unlike anything audiences had seen before. The visual craftsmanship remains impressive because it relied on physical environments rather than computer-generated imagery. The film's colorful aesthetic and imaginative world-building continue to inspire science fiction creators today. While modern movies often use CGI to depict microscopic worlds, Fantastic Voyage achieved a sense of scale and realism through practical artistry that remains surprisingly effective. Its innovative visuals prove that imagination can overcome technological limitations.
First Men in the Moon, 1964. Released years before humanity actually landed on the moon, First Men in the Moon presented a fantastical yet visually captivating lunar adventure. Based on the novel by H.G. Wells, the film combines Victorian-era imagination with ambitious science fiction concepts. The story follows explorers who discover a method of traveling to the moon and encounter an advanced underground civilization. The movie's practical effects, miniature work, and elaborate lunar landscapes demonstrate remarkable craftsmanship. The moon's surface feels tangible and expansive, despite being created entirely without digital assistance. Creature designs and set construction add a sense of wonder that still captures the imagination decades later. What makes the film particularly impressive is its confidence in presenting grand ideas through physical artistry. Every spacecraft, tunnel, and alien structure was carefully crafted by hand.
In an age dominated by CGI environments, First Men in the Moon serves as a reminder that practical effects often create worlds that feel more authentic and memorable. Planet of the Apes, 1968, revolutionized science fiction filmmaking with its ambitious world-building and groundbreaking makeup effects. The film presents a future where intelligent apes dominate society, while humans occupy a lower position in the social hierarchy. Bringing such a concept to life required extraordinary practical craftsmanship. The ape makeup remains one of cinema's greatest achievements, allowing actors to deliver nuanced performances while remaining completely believable as members of another species. Unlike digital characters that can sometimes feel artificial, the apes possess a tangible physical presence and enhances every scene. The film's desert landscapes, production design, and immersive atmosphere contribute to a world that feels fully realized. Beyond its visuals, Planet of the Apes explores themes of prejudice, power, and civilization that remain relevant today. Its unforgettable ending has become legendary, but the movie's lasting power comes from its remarkable ability to create a convincing alternate reality without relying on modern technology. The Day of the Triffids, 1962. The Day of the Triffids transformed a terrifying science fiction concept into a suspenseful cinematic experience that continues to influence the genre. The story unfolds after a celestial event blinds most of humanity, leaving civilization vulnerable to deadly walking plants known as triffids. Creating these creatures without digital effects required ingenious practical design and puppetry techniques. The triffids possessed a strange realism because they physically existed on set, allowing actors to interact with them naturally. The film also excels in depicting societal collapse through atmospheric locations and clever visual storytelling. Rather than overwhelming viewers with spectacle, it creates tension through uncertainty and isolation. The practical effects give the movie a grounded quality that many modern creature features struggle to achieve. Even today, the triffids retain an unsettling presence that CGI monsters often lack. The film demonstrates how strong ideas and practical craftsmanship can create lasting impact, regardless of technological limitations. Village of the Damned, 1960. Village of the Damned remains one of the most chilling science fiction films of the 1960s. The story centers on a mysterious event that causes several women in a small village to simultaneously become pregnant. Months later, they give birth to identical children possessing extraordinary intelligence and terrifying psychic powers. The film relies on atmosphere, performance, and psychological tension rather than flashy visual effects. The glowing eyes of the children became one of the most iconic images in science fiction horror history. Through simple yet effective techniques, the filmmakers created a sense of dread that continues to resonate with audiences. The movie's power comes from its ability to make the ordinary feel deeply unsettling. Modern CGI-heavy thrillers often struggle to create the same level of sustained tension. Village of the Damned proves that imagination, restraint, and strong storytelling can be far more effective than expensive digital effects when it comes to creating unforgettable cinematic experiences. Journey to the Far Side of the Sun, 1969. Produced by Jerry Anderson, Journey to the Far Side of the Sun showcased some of the finest miniature effects ever created. The film follows astronauts who discover a mysterious planet located on the opposite side of the sun that appears to mirror Earth in astonishing ways. The spacecraft sequences remain incredibly impressive thanks to detailed model work and realistic cinematography. Every launch, docking maneuver, and spaceflight scene was executed with extraordinary care and precision. The film's futuristic technology feels believable because it was designed with realism in mind. Unlike many modern visual effects that can quickly become dated, these practical miniatures maintain their credibility because they exist in the physical world. The movie also delivers an intriguing mystery that keeps viewers engaged until its surprising conclusion. Its combination of intelligent storytelling and exceptional craftsmanship makes it one of the most underrated science fiction gems of the 1960s. The Green Slime, 1968. The green slime is often remembered for its energetic style and unforgettable creature effects. The story begins when astronauts attempt to destroy a dangerous asteroid, only to accidentally bring alien organisms back to their space station. These creatures rapidly evolve into bizarre monsters that threaten everyone aboard. While the film embraces pulp science fiction entertainment, its practical effects showcase remarkable creativity. The creature costumes, futuristic sets, and miniature spacecraft contribute to a visually engaging world. Every effect was achieved through physical artistry, giving the movie a unique charm often absent from digital productions. The vibrant production design and ambitious scope make it a fascinating example of 1960s science fiction imagination. Although it may not possess the philosophical depth of some contemporaries, the green slime demonstrates how practical filmmaking techniques can create memorable visuals that endure long after many CGI-driven spectacles have faded from memory. The Illustrated Man, 1969. Based on stories by Ray Bradbury, The Illustrated Man presents a collection of thought-provoking science fiction tales connected through a mysterious tattooed drifter. Each tattoo comes alive to reveal a different vision of humanity's future, creating a unique anthology experience. The film's imaginative concepts range from space exploration to technological dependence and social transformation. Rather than relying on visual excess, it focuses on compelling ideas brought to life through practical sets, makeup, and cinematography. The futuristic environments possess a timeless quality because they were designed with artistic vision rather than temporary technological trends. The movie captures the sense of wonder and caution that defines classic science fiction. Its stories explore profound questions about human nature while presenting memorable visions of possible futures. Decades later, many of its themes remain surprisingly relevant. The Illustrated Man stands as a testament to an era when science fiction filmmakers relied on creativity and storytelling rather than computer-generated spectacle. 2001: A Space Odyssey, 1968. Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey remains one of the most visually astonishing achievements in cinematic history. Released in 1968, the film presented audiences with a realistic vision of space travel that looked decades ahead of its time. Long before digital effects existed, Kubrick and his team used revolutionary practical techniques to create spacecraft, rotating space stations, and weightless environments that still appear remarkably convincing today. The attention to scientific detail was unprecedented, making every scene feel authentic and believable. Beyond its visuals, the film explores humanity's evolution, artificial intelligence, and the mysteries of the universe with a level of ambition rarely matched even now. The iconic sequences involving the HAL 9000 computer and the breathtaking Stargate journey continue to amaze modern viewers. While many contemporary CGI spectacles overwhelm audiences with noise and chaos, 2001 achieves wonder through precision, realism, and artistic confidence, proving that true cinematic magic comes from vision rather than technology alone. The greatest science fiction films were never defined by the technology available to them, but by the imagination of the people who created them. These forgotten 1960s masterpieces continue to captivate audiences because they prioritized vision, craftsmanship, and storytelling over empty spectacle. Their practical effects remain impressive because they were built with passion and ingenuity. While modern CGI can create anything imaginable, these classics prove that limitations often inspire greater creativity. More than half a century later, these films still remind us that true cinematic wonder never goes out of style.